Hey guys, welcome back to the DrCliffAuD vlog. This is vlog number 66, and today I want to talk to you about my vlog last week. There was a lot of comments on that vlog, a lot of people basically saying thanks for what I said, a lot of people giving a lot of critique and negative feedback, which I totally get from last week's vlog. So I do want to clarify a few things. And to be clear here, I am not backtracking on anything that I said, because at the time, based on the information that I had from the post from the Costco employee that had criticized me for basically saying to go and exchange your KS9s to your KS10s, to Costco's KS10s, calling me out for saying that that's bad for their vendors, and one of the tenets at Costco is to not do anything that's negative for a vendor. So I had my questions, obviously, based on that. But I do kind of want to clarify. So a lot of Costco employees reached out to me over the course of the last week. Some of them basically criticizing me for doing the post, but actually a lot more reached out and they're like, yeah, we can totally see how you thought that that's how Costco ran based on this dude's post. And a lot of these individuals saw that post in the original thread on that Audiology Antics page. But you know, there was a lot of support coming from them, but they were explaining like what the philosophies and what, you know, truly the goals of Costco hearing care providers is at Costco. And in general, I truly believe that the vast majority of Costco hearing aid dispensers, Costco audiologists, are trying to do the right thing by their patients. You know, the question is does Costco let them do the right thing? And it sounds like, at least at each individual location, that it depends on the managers or whoever at that particular Costco location. I have had comments coming out over this last week from consumers saying, hey, you know what? We went back to our Costco with the KS9s, requested the KS10s. The hearing care professional there was more than happy to set them up with an exchange. And I've also heard the exact opposite, where they went there and they're like, no, you can't exchange. And if you want to return them, that's fine, but we're not going to sell you the KS10s. You're going to have to go to a different Costco. And I actually pinned a comment on vlog number 65 that if you want to go back and check out that comment, which it's kind of jarring, to be quite honest with you. But, you know, anytime that I come out and say anything about Costco, whether it's good, whether it's bad, there's always criticism coming from somewhere. If I say something negative about Costco, there's a lot of Costco employees, there's a lot of individuals who wear Costco hearing aids who come out and yell at me figuratively speaking, because they're typing this, not necessarily in all caps, so they might not be yelling, but they come out and they're not happy because I'm either criticizing their employer, I'm globally criticizing a Costco employee or hearing care professional, or I'm criticizing a consumer who purchased hearing aids. It's basically, I made it seem to them like they made a bad decision on somewhere to go, which could not be further than the truth. Now, at the end of the day, like, I'm okay with criticism. That's the great thing. Like, I'm on YouTube. I know that I'm going to get criticized for my viewpoints, because basically on every single topic, there's someone out there who believes the exact opposite, and they want to make sure that they let me know that they believe the exact opposite. And whether or not they can support that with evidence or research or whatever is totally besides the point. But, you know, I read the comments, and I read the positive stuff, I read the negative stuff. The positive stuff, that's great. The negative stuff, you know, it is what it is. I mean, a lot of the negative comments come from anonymous, you know, screen names. So like, how much weight could I truly hold with that? But still, at the end of the day, I like to read the negative comments to see, like, is the way that I'm presenting the information truly as unbiased as I want to make it? Because truly on my channel, I want to try to make my channel as unbiased as possible. But I have certain biases myself. Like, for instance, I believe that realer measurement is the gold standard of hearing healthcare, of programming hearing aids and verifying hearing aid fittings. And that's based on research, right? But there are other individuals out there who believe that realer measurement is horrible, that it's a bad thing based on things that they've read or experiences that they've had inside of their clinic. So I have my biases that realer measurement is really good. And these other individuals have their biases that realer measurement is really bad. Someone has to be right or someone has to be wrong, or there's some gray middle ground that we're both wrong and that we're both partially right. So who knows? To be honest, my responsibility is to individuals with hearing loss. My responsibility is not to hearing care professionals. My responsibility is not to vendors. My responsibility is to make sure that individuals who have hearing loss have accurate information, as accurate as humanly possible, and to make them question things, right? You know, a lot of what I criticize, I mean, 90+% of what I criticize is more along the lines of private practice audiology. And Costco only gets a small sliver of criticism from me. In fact, like when I post, you know, positive things about Costco, the first people who reach out who are mad at me are private practice audiologists. They're like, man, we see horrible Costco fittings come out all the time, and then we got to fix their problems, and then they're bad for the industry, and then all of that. And it's like whatever. You know, I even have individuals who I would consider friends who basically go out and publicly say, hey, did you see this post that Cliff did talking about how he loves Costco hearing aids? And that's true. Like, I have a video where I talk about why I still love Costco hearing aids, regardless of, you know, some bad fittings that come out of Costco, regardless of them being a quote unquote competitor of me, which is the other thing, is that a lot of people think that the reason I criticize Costco is because I'm scared of them as a competitor. And the fact of the matter is that I get so many patients from Costco that I could run an entire clinic just on Costco patients who are like upset with the way that their care is going at Costco. And I don't like actively try to say, hey, don't go to Costco, come to me. Like if you watch any of my Costco videos, never do I say, don't go to Costco, come to me, come see Cliff Olson at Applied Hearing Solutions. I never say that in any of my videos. But, you know, I mean, I can totally understand how someone would go and look at a video that I've made that spoke negatively about anyone or anything and say, the only reason that I'm saying something negative about a quote-unquote competitor is because I'm scared of them or because I feel like I'm losing business to them. I can tell you this, like, Costco is a large reason why a lot of people decide to initially pursue hearing treatment. They are a great thing in our profession in terms of bridging that gap of affordability for hearing treatment, but also like awareness of like, yeah, like I can go to Costco and I see the booth is over there, I can go get a test right now, and then I can walk out with hearing aids, but at least to do a trial to walk around and be like, oh man, this actually helps. So like Costco does serve an important role, and I appreciate that. But the only competition that I truly have at this point is myself. The only reason that my clinic does good or does bad is based on me. Okay, so if I make mistakes, if I screw up, I suffer for it from a business perspective. If I do things well, I profit from it from a business perspective. But Costco has nothing to do whether or not I'm successful. Just like all the other clinics in the Phoenix area, just like all the other clinics nationwide. If they do good or they do bad has no bearing on me doing good or bad. Now, could I have approached things in a different way with last week's vlog? I totally could have. I could have come in and be like, yeah, you know, there was this post, someone attacked me online, and I don't want to read too much into this, but it made it look like Costco doesn't allow people to exchange devices when a new product comes out. I could have approached it like that, and it probably would have been fine, and in fact, it probably would have came across better than what it did. But, you know, there's human emotion that's involved in this as well. Like, I see that, and I immediately get defensive to some degree for individuals with hearing loss. And when I get defensive for individuals with hearing loss, it can totally come across as oh, Cliff's upset with, you know, Costco or that private practice down the street or whatever because they're negatively impacting his business. I'm open to the criticism. If you guys, I mean, if you don't know me, like, it is what it is. If you truly knew me, I think that you would understand my intent more with what I'm trying to actually do with this channel and with my influence. But I can totally understand, you know, someone who doesn't know me that would judge me based on snap judgments of what I'm saying in these videos. And that's totally fine. I'm okay with it. I don't lose any sleep over it. You can keep it coming. You can keep it professional. You can make it unprofessional. It's okay. I'm okay with it all. But the thing that I just really appreciate is people and their willingness to interact, whether it's positive, whether it's negative. I'm glad to see that there were a lot of individuals who were like, hey, you know, I appreciate the advice. I went back to my Costco provider and they said, no problem. We can hook you up with the KS10s as soon as we get them in. And everybody's super happy. The Costco providers are happy for them because they know they have better hearing technology. And then the ones who basically they're going to Costco and these Costcos are kind of, you know, some of these providers are going rogue and saying like, no, to heck with you, I'm not going to do an exchange because that looks bad for my exchange rate. But if I'm going to be quite frank with you, and I'm going to catch flack with this with private practice audiologists, I don't dislike Costco. I like Costco. I think that Costco serves an important role, like I mentioned before. But you know, me saying that, now I'm going to hear it from the other direction, and that's okay too, right? Like, I need to hear it. I need stuff like this to keep me kind of even keel with all of this. Do I think that my vlog last week was a mistake? Absolutely not, and I'm glad I posted it. Thank you for listening to me rant on this again. I will give you an update here, actually. Bicycle accident, went back to get my second round of x-rays. If you've been following me on Instagram, you know that my wrist is not broken. If you're not following me on Instagram, you should go over there because I'm starting to post these like different stories on there, so you kind of get more of a behind the scenes look at my life on a day-to-day basis, which is, I think, not cool at all, but some people want to see that stuff. But everything's looking good there. I actually, I'm healing up well. It's not uncomfortable to wear a shirt anymore, which is a positive thing. The wrist is still a little bit sore, but I'm getting there. I'm getting healthy again. I did go out for a nice long trail run this morning. Probably won't be able to cycle for at least another week. Got to make sure I get a bicycle so I can do that. But thank you guys so much for the well wishes from last week's vlog. Thank you for the comments from last week's vlog. And as always, I'll see you next week.